Hello, my name is Mark Evershed, and I want to welcome you to our ongoing series of the top 25 tips of all time. Today is kind of an amazing one. It comes from Willie Park Jr., and get this, he wrote this in 1896. He talked about it being a mistake to do anything that helps or you think will help you to get the golf ball in the air. Now, 1896, 5 or 6 years later, we're still talking about this. This is craziness. So I want to go by step. Anyone that understands how to compress the ball probably doesn't need to hear this. However, it probably wouldn't hurt you. But anyone that's having trouble hitting the ball far or getting the ball in the air, you really do need to do this. So let me see if I can break it down. Like step number one, there's reasons why we haven't got this yet. It's not that it's physically hard to do. It is obviously easier to swing a golf club down than it is to physically swing it up. I mean, anything going down is easier than anything going up. So why are people having such a hard time with this? Well, let me lay out a couple reasons. First off, you would love to get the word sweep out of your vocabulary. You do not want to sweep a golf ball. That's one. The next one is, you know all those swing rings we see? We humans want to buy into this game being symmetrical so badly that we're missing a huge point of what will allow us to get better. The swing is absolutely not symmetrical. The bottom of your golf swing is not the bottom of the circle. The bottom of your golf swing, being right-handed, is opposite my left shoulder joint. We call that low point. Low point is on the other side of the golf ball. Making a divot, or let's call it a bacon strip, is a good thing, not a bad thing. Some people perceive divots as bad because they hit the ground behind the golf ball. They call that a divot, so they kind of relate it divot bad, where actually no, divot is good as long as it happens after the golf ball. Well, if the swing's a circle, how could that be? Well, the swing isn't a circle. It's a long way away from being a circle. It is closer to a V than it is a circle or a U. The bottom of the V is over here. Because there's no such thing as muscle memory, there's some things that we have to remember here. Today I got one of my favorite tools. It's the Tour Striker, and you've probably seen it a lot on television. Great thing. It is built so that if you do not hit the golf ball on the downswing, you will roll the ball along the ground. Great stuff. However, I want to add to it. Because I don't believe in muscle memory, I think, well, here's what I know. The brain runs the body doesn't run the brain. If the brain is trying to make a circle, it's going to make a circle. You have to change your thought process and get the understanding that I'm striking the golf ball on the way down. In my view, in my mind's eye, I can see the leading edge of the golf club hitting just below the equator of the golf ball on the way down to low point. On the way down to low point after the golf shot. This allows me to hit this position. Let's call this the impact position. Next idea. I am not attempting to get the golf club to come back to its original position. I may start like this, but when I hit it like this. Well, this all occurs because of my thought process of getting the golf ball on the downswing. I'm hitting the golf ball on the downswing. I'm not trying to add loft or do anything. Now, he wrote this in 1896. Wow. Something's really up here, and I'm telling you what it is. Even to this day, in, let's say, 2000, almost 2012, we still have this picture of the swing being a circle. We still have this picture of us trying to get the golf ball in the air. There are so many pictures out there that disprove this, but it doesn't seem to be getting through. On my site, www.lagandload.com, I put a whole bunch of slow motion pictures to show. Now, since I've done that, I mean, every golf tournament you watch, you can see slow motion pictures, but it doesn't seem to matter how many slow motion pictures anybody sees. They still don't relate it to striking the golf ball in the downswing, and including my driver. Oh, yes. My driver, I slightly hit on the downswing also. I know I just lost 90% of you, but I still hit it on the downswing slightly. Not on the upswing. Not as much as a wedge, but still slightly on the downswing. Okay, so in my mind's eye, and here's the information you need to know. The golf club hits the golf ball on the way down. You hear it all the time. It just never really seemed to compute. If I'm doing so, I have created and then maintained lag pressure, therefore I'll create distance. You've heard it all before. All I'm suggesting is we have to get rid of the picture of the golf swing being a circle. We have to get rid of the picture or idea or concept that I'm trying to return the golf club back to where I started it. I'm not. I'm trying to return the golf club back down onto the golf ball. So I've got my lag pressure, I've created and I'm retaining it. My left wrist is flat, my right wrist is bent, and then I can swing all the way to my finish position. I'll hit a couple for you, not that I think it really does you a whole lot of good, because it's happening so fast, the human eye can't see it. You kind of have to know what's happening. I mean, it's just happening way too fast. Okay, so, you know, Willie Park Jr., 1896, was saying this. I'd love to get it to the point where we never have to talk about this ever again. Let's move on to something that's maybe more fun, maybe more important. Like getting the golf ball in the hole really, really fast. Hope you enjoyed.